Hey guys, I'm posting this video in response to Mr. Rick Jitsu's video the other day where he was asking for collectors to share their oldest points with everybody, and I had several that I was wanting to post for quite a while now that I haven't, so I thought I'd use this as an opportunity just to share another frame that I have. This is some of the better material in my collection. Of course I didn't find all these. There's only one of them actually in here that I did find, that Scalorn there in the center, about 7 years ago or so now. Anyway, these points were either purchased from people I know, or they were just purchases that I couldn't pass up on. This one here in the center is from Callaway County, Missouri. It's been papered as a Ross Clovis, and there's a little bit of disagreement on whether this is actually a Clovis or a Pike County Dalton. I think it's kind of an in-between in the evolution from Clovis to Dalton. It does have the overshot flakes on this side, and the really non-invasive pressure flaking, and a little bit of fluting on this one face. But with that wasted basal area where the ears start to flare out there, it really makes it look really Dalton-y. So it is what it is. It's an old point. So this one here is a Clovis. The sliding in here is horrible, and I apologize you can't see the workmanship on these very well, but it's fluted on both sides, and that's a Howard County piece. And another Howard County piece. This is an agate basin, really nice with the little brown streaks going through it. Now for these points that I didn't find personally, I tend to get them authenticated. I'll leave the authenticator's name out of it. That doesn't really matter. I don't do that so much to determine whether they are authentic or not. I won't purchase one unless I'm absolutely certain that it's authentic. I do it for purposes of reference. I don't like to keep these at the house, and I generally don't, but I have a book that I store all of my certificates in that I can share with people, and it's nice to just thumb through them at times. That's just my preference. Everybody's got their own reason for doing things. This is a very unusual harden here I wanted to share. This point is heat treated. Now, those of you familiar with the archaeology of the Midwest know that typically you wouldn't see a heat treated harden. In fact, if you saw one, you'd automatically think, hey, that's bogus. But this one was actually subjected to fire after it was made, and it's probably reddish material anyway in its raw form. But you can tell from the fire pops here too that it got way too close to a fire after it was made, deposited in the ground. So that's one of the few reddish pink hardens you'll ever see. Nice Kirk corner notch and the dovetail. I won't go into any great detail on here because the video will become too long, but if you guys want to hear anything about any of these points in particular, feel free to post. Like Mr. Jitsu said, it's been a rather boring fall. We haven't had much rain and haven't had any time to really get out and do much. But here you go. The oldest points I can share with you are probably this Pike County Dalton / Ross Clovis, that Clovis point, and this agate basin.